If I draw parallels from last year's Bahrain testing, Ferrari have once again had a promising test, but they aren't making much noise about it. Previously, Ferrari used to be the best team of testing, and then Mercedes used to upstage them as the season began. Last year, they weren't doing so. Red Bull had a flawless test, while Ferrari just sat back and went through their program and then just silently went on to win the third race of the year. 12 months later, if there is a natural step up, Ferrari could even be the fastest team. Now, it isn't evident, of course, in the testing results. Ferrari are sort of the second fastest team after McLaren. That's what I feel because they have been consistently up there with McLaren in the long runs. While it is very difficult to gauge where Red Bull and Mercedes stand, so it is Ferrari who have the ability to make McLaren scratch their heads a bit. What's perplexing for Ferrari is that they have made a crucial change on their front suspension. It's a significant one, going from a push rod to a pull rod design to chase more aerodynamic efficiency. Will it work for them? It's hard to say because whenever such a change happens, that team may take time to understand that change and accordingly align and develop its car to that new concept. I'm just hoping that Ferrari doesn't take a significant step back due to this suspension change. I hope they maintain their performance ceiling from last year, carry on from where they left off. Many are saying that this could make the car a little bit slower, but it also has a higher performance ceiling. So, with upgrades coming in later in the season, I hope that Ferrari emerge as the fastest team. And obviously, there's a lot of opium from my end. It's been a long time since Ferrari were the world champions. Last year, they came very close, 14 points between them and McLaren. The way they have developed in the second half of last year, every Tifosi would be keen on seeing them lift the world title this year and see either of Hamilton or Leclerc take their driver's crown too. They can build a solid campaign, but they just need to avoid falling into that slump of form like they had last year after Monaco. If they can provide a car that's good enough to fight at the front, win races, I think the rest will be taken care of by Leclerc and Hamilton. So, against many of the sentiments that are stating that Ferrari may be third or fourth in the pecking order, I do feel Ferrari are in the title fight with McLaren. And that is not an unpopular sentiment completely, but it's a debatable one. Many experts have given mixed opinions on Ferrari, so that's the reason. But I am not being skeptical at all. As for their drivers, I feel Leclerc is going to surprise everyone. If he's going to continue his form from last season, there's just no stopping Leclerc from challenging for that driver's title. Hamilton might take time to get up to speed and win his first race for Ferrari. Can he emulate Raikkonen and Alonso winning his first race in red? That would be quite the spectacle, honestly. To rewind the memories back, Raikkonen won his first race in Australia, his maiden race for the Scuderia, and 3 years later, Alonso did the same in Bahrain. Can Hamilton do so down under in 2 weeks' time? It would be amazing to see that. He hasn't won in Australia for over 10 years now. His last race win came in 2015, and that's quite the stat considering that Hamilton has 8 poles in Australia, but he has only won twice. So I think it's about time he can take a third win. That would be really cool to watch. But yeah, it would be an interesting plot point to see when Hamilton gets his first Ferrari win. I feel it would come later in the season, maybe after Japan, which is effectively the fourth race of the season. So it's not that late. But yeah, it's rewinding the clock back. As for the championship battle, it's going to be the old classic McLaren v Ferrari. We saw a glimpse of that last year. I hope it turns out to be a full blown battle this year. Turning the clock back to 2007, 2008,